Dan Danielson helped shape the direct response industry at the very start in 1986 while working at Cybervision Systems Incorporated. Infomercials were in their infancy when Dan began creating the framework of how long forms were purchased and results analyzed. Those were the days of media returns of 7-1, and Dan was one of the key executives creating the future of DRTV. Then, in 1990, Dan partnered with John Cabrina to form Direct Ventures Marketing, an infomercial buying firm. It was a match and friendship made in heaven.
We've been on such a long journey, and it hasn't been like we've been working with each other. I think we've been great friends, and we've had and shared a common goal. So it's like coming to work or coming into the office and having a good time with your brother.
Their early success led to a merger with Mercury Media in 1991. Since that time, Dan has served as co-CEO and presently as co-chairman along with John. Mercury Media billed $15 million in 1991. Under Dan and John's leadership, the company has grown by leaps and bounds, and this year, Mercury will bill more than $300 million in media. Dan's success in business is legendary, and ask anyone who knows him, and they'll say he's simply one of the nicest guys on the planet.
If I had to describe Dan in one word, I would just say, I think, kind. Dan is perhaps the kindest person I've met, business, personal life along the way.
If I were to describe Dan in one word, it would be persevering, but I'm going to use another, purposeful.
It would be integrity.
Benevolent, because he's one of the most kind-hearted and genuine individuals I've ever met in my entire life.
There's a Yiddish word that comes to mind, someone to admire and emulate, someone of noble character and a sense of what is right. Dan is a mensch.
I would say tough. He's tougher than he looks. He's tougher than he acts. When it gets down to it, he can make his way through anything, and he has made his way through some really tough times in life.
Let's see. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And if you don't know, that's the Scout Law, so maybe I'll do 2 words. He's a Boy Scout.
Dan has received many honors over his career, among them being named one of the 25 most influential people in the industry by Response Magazine. He served on the board of directors of the Electronic Retailing Association as treasurer and chairman of the board, and his client list reads like the who's who of DRTV.
Hey Dan, I used to call you every day and say, how's the show doing? What's the ratio? Well, tonight your show is a 10-1. In fact, your whole life has been. You've been an amazing partner to Guthy-Renker. Congratulations on this really well-deserved honor.
Dan, congratulations. I wish you good health, prosperity, and thank you for everything.
Dan, you know how you always tell me we're old? Well, it's been 30 years. I just wanted to say it's time to roast you. Oh, I meant honor you. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations.
You gave the world a huge win when you got us all involved in the Wheelchair Foundation, and for that we are all eternally grateful. You make the entire infomercial world proud to say that you are part of us.
From his Wheelchair Foundation to the time he dedicates to anybody in the industry who has a question for him, Dan is always available and always there for you.
And those who know him know that Dan is a man of deep faith.
You're a blast to hang out with Dan even though you don't drink, and you're usually the only person at the table not drinking, and yet you're right in there with everybody with the revelry, and you're just a blast to be around.
The best thing about working with Dan is he never gets mad at me for swearing.
It's no surprise that he's been married for 30 years and has 4 wonderful children, and recently became a grandfather. Dan's also an adventurer. Just 2 weeks ago, he crossed off his bucket list climbing Mount Whitney.
Dan, congratulations. It's been a wonderful 30 years of being your competitor, of being your client, and most importantly, being your friend. You have a huge heart, you're kind and generous, and this is so well deserved. Congratulations.
I want to congratulate you on your Lifetime Achievement Award, Dan, because nobody in the entire industry deserves it more than you do.
You're not just a friend, you're a mentor and a brother.
Congratulations, Dan. I can't think of anyone who deserves this great honor more than you.
Congratulations, Dan. Well deserved.
Dan, I am so thrilled you're getting this award. You're a class act, you're a leader, you've been a consummate professional all these years, and you're a true, true friend.
Dan, congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement Award. You deserve it. You've been a great buddy, and all the best to you.
Dan, you've done such an amazing job, and it's been such an honor for me to be your partner, and I'm so proud of you. This is great. Congratulations.
Please join us in congratulating Dan Danielson on receiving the ERA Lifetime Achievement Award.